Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next episode review for Shikimori, It's Not Just a Cutie, episode 10. Now, we're reviewing these two back-to-back because, like I said, episode 9 I missed reviewing last week, so now I'm just doing these back-to-back now, which can make sense because, but watching these two back-to-back, it shows how our supporting characters, especially our lead's group of friends, right, like Homichizu, Ainihu, and Nico, right? Or Neko, they've grown throughout this whole series, especially with these two episodes 9 and 10. They've really grown to be really good being part of the main cast now, for what I see. And like the whole thing with Nico, or I thought it was Niku, yeah, but with talking to Kamiya, how being, that's what she said at the end, and Shikimori hanging out with Kanya, being good friends with her and bringing a smile to her face, which she said she's hardly ever smiled at all. But and then just playing those basketball with those two girls and taking a picture together, like but Kanya is like part of the group now, right? And now with this episode, I felt like with more of the shows, more of these three characters have shined more. Especially the main focus is more on Homichizu. The short blonde girl with those glassy yellow eyes. Always, how she talks, because Homichizu, she's always like this, this casual talking, girl who talks like she's like so laid back, right? It's like, hey, like talking like normal like this, which is without any care in the world, right? And the focus is mostly on her, surprisingly, for most of this episode, because now they're doing the sport. They have this sports festival. They're coming up, and all of them are going to do this relay race. Where you run and pass the baton on to the next one, right? And Homichizu, whatever case she picked that, she just kind of like starts melting to the floor, right? Because she's a good person though, but she's so unathletic, Like when we do like a practice run, she's just immediately out of breath, and then when she starts running the first couple steps, she's immediately out of breath and everything, and she's so slow too. So, and of course when they have Izumi, because they're afraid when they do this, Izumi, of course, he's gonna trip and fall over and over again, and that's gonna make him lose the race, right? Well, he's trying not to let that happen this time though, and they're gonna, and by the end, at the first practice, Izumi and Homichizu, they try to do some more practicing until she can't anymore. And then when it comes the day when the sports festival comes, they showed how on Ainihu and Izumi, they're doing like this, I think it was like a chicken fight or something like that. And so where they one support on one's back, they hold the other one up while the one stands on the top and do like a fight, right? Well, of course, they both those guys lost, and they're going covered in dirt. And then when it comes time for the relay race, because Homichizu, more how because earlier the Shikimori was talking to her, basically giving her support, how they really they would like to win, but the thing is though, it's not about win or lose either. It just shows how we can win as this group of friends, and she reflects on the advice that she told her, and she wants to say, what would their faces would be like, if we won, right? And if not, it would be like how it was. We'll just end up being second place, and hope until next time in the next year, right? And so when it starts off, first Nico starts off running. She kicks it off, and by the time when she hands it off to Homichizu, shows that she really is trying to do her best. She's the best of her strength, of running the best she can. When she starts to fall a little bit behind, and eventually she trips, and eventually she skins her knee, right? But she is reminded about her friends and how, being supportive of her. She picks herself back up, and then she runs the the best that she can until eventually passing off to Izumi. And when Izumi starts running, he's doing good, and until finally when the misfortune happens, of course, he trips and falls and loses his shoe, so he ditches the other shoe and runs in his socks until finally catches up and gives it to Shikimori. And of course, Shikimori, being the powerhouse that she is, she's running full speed, getting ahead, and then eventually passing up to Aniyu. And Aniyu, he's eventually Aniyu running, he's running, and then all of them are cheering on, and eventually he does win. His group, of his class, and the rest, him, not only to his friends, but the rest of his class as well, have won the race, and everyone's all cheering, happy, and especially Homichizu. She she kind of has throughout this whole series, she kind of has a small. Seems like she's smiling, but she's not though. But this is when she gives an actual legitimate smile. Now that's just basically saying thanks to you guys for being there for me and all that stuff, right? So she actually gives a legitimate smile, and all of them, just together, how they went together because like I said, this morning say how these supporting characters are now part of the main cast now because they've grown out throughout the whole lot, this whole entire series, especially with the last episode, right? And which is nice. Like I said, it's nice seeing these back to back because she can have these supporting characters. They've really come together and really have become a real, not real, but not just a group of friends though, but just really close friends. Close friends, I'm trying to say. And it was all very fine and dandy at the end of how they all where they all came together, and especially with Homichizu's listened to remember the advice of what Shikimori said, but even though it's not about winning or losing, but she reminded us that she's like, what if their faces would look like if we won, and eventually we did, and they were all so happy together as this really close group of friends. And so this one I think episode 9 was fine. But this episode was definitely above episode 9 because how it was mostly more focused and surprisingly more focused on Homichizu and how she's grown as a character as well. So I'll put this episode 10. I'm trying to say episode 10. I thought was better than episode 9, even though we got more of the stuff with Kamiya as well that was good too. But this shows how more of this. Like episode 9 was more the build up of more how these our side characters have grown and become more close friends. So this episode 9 set that up for this episode. So, but episode 10 it was another really good episode, and after this we got 2 more to go, and then after that though, so after because now the Spy Family is now done until October. After this now. Then by come July, it is Season 2 of A Devil's a Part-Timer. The series I've long waited for to watch. I love Devil's a Part-Timer, like I said. How much I've always been a big fan of that show. So, looking forward to that. Because Spy Family I've now done for now. And Ahiren is now done. And so, and 2 more episodes of Shikimori. Now I'm just be reviewing Devil's a Part-Timer Season 2 now. So that's going to be really fun for me to watch now. So, yeah. But I'm looking forward to seeing that end. But Shikimori episode 10 was a really good episode. How show how these are other side... I don't call them side characters. They're really the supporting friends that have now become part of the main cast, I can say. But anyway, thanks for watching. And stay tuned for... the next episode review will be just of Shikimori now. Until when Devil's Part-Timer comes around. So yeah, so stay tuned for the next episode of Shikimori, you can say. And then and for the last reviews for Anime Month as well, because now the June is getting close to ending, and so now for the rest of the reviews for Anime Month now. But thanks for watching, stay tuned, and we'll see y'all later.